Let's get right to it. It's time for the college football rapid fire. It's going down this Saturday, October the 30th. Use the new promo code GOAL, GOAL, saves you 20% off the entire Picks Parlays site. My name's Allie Burns. This is Picks Parlays, and I've got Craig Trapp with me to give us a couple of free picks. We'll say five. We'll say 5 picks in under 5 minutes. What do you say, Trapp? You good for this?
Well, I'll try to keep them short. Excited. I think it's actually a really, really good card this week. So excited to get to this one.
Yeah, I am too. Last week's card was not my favorite thing that ever happened. But this week, on the other hand, I'm pretty stoked. We got a lot of rivalries going on. We're going to start off with the Michigan Wolverines at the Michigan State Spartans. Wolverines are the favorite on the road, -4, and the total on this one's 50.5. So fire away, Craig.
Maybe the two best against the spread teams in the country. We have Michigan 6-1 against the spread on the year. Michigan State 5-0-2 against the spread. So very, very good for bettors. So you got to make a stand. We'll see what John Harbaugh's run and play action pass offense, the commitment to the defense and the run game will do when they face a real team. This is the first real team we've seen. I believe in this team. I believe in this Michigan team. They've let me down before when we get to this point with John Harbaugh, but I think this year's team's a little different. The commitment to the run game and to the defense and to play to those two strengths almost exclusively, I think will pay off in this game. I think Michigan State's done a good job coming back from where they were a couple years ago, even last year. But I think that 7-0 record for Michigan State's a little deceiving. They really haven't beat anybody. So let's take Michigan -4 against little brother Michigan State.
That's one of my favorite sayings. They're both undefeated, and someone's O has got to go. So I love that. It'll be a good game. Georgia Bulldogs against the Florida Gators. Georgia -14 on the road, and the total's 51 in this one.
Not on the road. This is, of course, in Jacksonville. They call it the cocktail party. Yes. Very, very good rivalry. One of those hidden rivalry for the people that aren't in the SEC or in the South. Georgia, I think this is the one. If you look at their schedule, this is the one they have to get by. If they get by this, I can't imagine them losing rest of the way. But 14 points seems like a lot in this rivalry. This is a Florida team that's, remember, had a chance at 2-point conversion against Alabama. So I think Florida, now granted, that game was at home, but I think Florida will keep this within that number. I'm going to take Florida +14. I do think Georgia wins, probably about 10 to 13 points, but I do think Florida covers here. And I do think we see that elite Georgia defense tested for the first time this year.
All right. Well, that's going to be a good one, too. Okay. So up next, we got the Ole Miss Rebels at the Auburn Tigers. Tigers -3 at home. Total is 66.
I mean, this is the defense of Auburn versus the offense of course, Lane Kiffin, Matt Corral and company. I do think Matt Corral's a little banged up. So that is the question in this game. I'm guessing with the number the way it is, people probably think he's going to be maybe a little limited. I don't believe so. I think he'll play. I think he'll play effectively. I'm going to take the underdog here on the road. I think this is a big test for Lane Kiffin. I think this is a team that can win out Ole Miss's, and I think they're going to be maybe that second team because here's what's going to happen. If Alabama wins out and you have Georgia win out, those two are going to play. If Alabama loses, they're going to have 2 losses. They're not getting in. I think Ole Miss could be the team with the 1 loss in the SEC that picks up that second bid maybe for the SEC. So I like Ole Miss in this spot to win.
I see what you're doing there, and I like it. I like it, Craig. All right, so we're talking SMU at my Houston Cougars. It's a pick'em game. The total's 62. What do you got going on for this one?
Well, Houston, I mean, what could have been for these two? Both of these teams probably should be 7-0. Remember, Houston was up, I think it was 7 or 10 points at half in the opener against Texas Tech, and just turnovers the second half continue to haunt Houston. But since then, they've kind of fixed the turnover issues. They've been really, really good on offense, and they have an elite defense. SMU almost lost to East Carolina in a look-ahead spot, so I would give them a pass in that overtime win last week. But I still think Houston gets it done here, and I think Houston takes that step forward. Remember, they still have hopes to win out and do a little maybe they're the team, if they win out, that they could represent the American instead of Cincinnati or either one of these teams, to be honest.
Let's go, Houston. Are you flirting with me? Are you saying all that sweet stuff because you know I went there? Jeez Louise. All right, so North Carolina Tar Heels at the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Irish are -3.5, total 62 and a hook. What do you have here?
Man, I don't believe in this Notre Dame team, and I'm an Irish, a German Irish Catholic.
Yeah.
So you'd think, and I do like Notre Dame usually, as far as a fandom is concerned, but you have to put that to the side. I think North Carolina offense, even though they've had a few letdowns this year, this is a spot where I think they'll come in and take care of business here. I just think Notre Dame, yes, they're one loss against number 2 Cincinnati, but there really wasn't even that close. Cincinnati probably should have won by double digits in that one at Notre Dame. I just don't think Notre Dame has beat very much this year, so I'm going to take Carolina. They've let us down this year, but I think this is the time they step up big in an evening platform like this on NBC. I'm going to take North Carolina plus the points. I think they win outright.
Yeah, I was on that side as well. I like that a lot. All right, people at home, thanks for joining us. That was your college football rapid fire for this Saturday, October the 30th. Good luck, everybody. Let's make that cash.